Welcome back to the David Pakman Show. I am once again, and maybe for the last time in quite a while, Jesse Dollemore, sitting in for David Pakman while he is out, hopefully resting and relaxing and having a good time with the family. I don't know how many times I've said this, and it gets a little old having to say it all the time, but Republicans are projection artists. They point the finger and make accusations about things that they themselves are guilty of, especially related to voter fraud and election fraud. How many times have they saber rattled and freaked out about the widespread issue of voter fraud? And then when you hear about cases of individual voter fraud that happen, it's always a Republican or some husband who votes for his dead wife, or some politician whose wife is voting for him multiple times. Just over and over and over and over again, they out themselves as guilty of the same thing they're accusing everyone else of. And this is really just this is salve for my wounds. This is vitamin for me. Kari Lake now likely committed a felony breaking election laws in Arizona by tweeting out a picture of voters' signatures. This woman, who's been making the rounds, like every other day it seems like she's at Mar-a-Lago, cozying up to Donald Trump, kissing the ass of Donald Trump, promoting him as this great savior. She's talked about herself as Donald Trump in a dress. Not far off. I'm going to read a little bit from this headline from this local Arizona NBC affiliate, the title of which is, "Looks Like a Felony. Elections expert says Kari Lake may have gone too far by tweeting voter signatures." And then a little statement from OAN and Trump lawyer Alina Habba, who is just about as, look, if you're ever in a situation where you're in need of legal representation, please do not seek out someone as unprofessional and harebrained as Alina Habba. For the ex-president of the United States of America to have this woman representing him on TV and in courtrooms is just crazy. So we'll start with the headline here and a little bit from this article. Looks like a felony. Elections expert says Kari Lake may have gone too far by tweeting voter signatures. For almost 3 months, Kari Lake has refused to accept her defeat in the Arizona's governor race. But now Lake may have gone too far with a tweet. Again, the parallels between she and Trump are just rich. That she's in trouble now because of a tweet. Arizona's top election officer, Democratic Secretary of State Adrian Fontes, has asked Democratic Attorney General Chris Mays to investigate whether Lake broke the law by posting 16 voter signatures in an image she tweeted last week. Quote, Arizona's statute is very clear about when and where a voter signature can be shared or replicated or reproduced or put online or used in social media, said Tammy Patrick, Chief Executive for Programs at the National Association of Election Administrators and a former Maricopa County elections official. Quote, the answer to all of those things basically is never and not, and it can't be, with very few exceptions. Patrick's opinion of the Lake tweet, when I read the law, it looks to me like that's a felony. Under Arizona law, quote, the records containing a voter signature shall not be accessible or reproduced by any person other than the voter. A violation of the law is a Class 6 felony that could carry jail time. And then statement from the Secretary of State here, it is my responsibility to protect Arizona voters, Fontes said in a statement. In keeping with my duties, I have referred this matter to the Attorney General. And then here, as promised, just Just get it right into your veins. Alina Habba, Donald Trump's attorney, making an appearance on OAN and just giving her legal opinion about the matter.
Lake included a graphic with 16 voter signatures on the tweet. Fontes cited an Arizona statute saying that voter signatures, quote, shall not be accessible or reproduced by any person other than the voter. Bob dismissed the letter, labeling it as an intimidation tactic.
I think this is a drastic attempt on the part of Democrats who have forced their way into office against the will of many voters who have very serious concerns about the election in Arizona. And I think this is an intimidation technique. You would think that they would do a simple cease and desist letter to Kari Lake's team saying, hey, can you please take that down off of social media? We're concerned about privacy rights. But they went straight to requesting the newly installed Democrat Attorney General to look into criminal charges against Kari Lake or her social media team for this. I mean, talk about escalating something extraordinarily quickly.
So one, that's not Alina Habba, that's Christina Bobb. That's another Trump lawyer. Two, she's asking for a cease and desist. Why didn't they just say, hey, stop felony, quit committing felonies, stop the felonious activity, and you'll be okay. You already tweeted it. You already put it out there. There have already been screenshots and retweets and all the shares that take place. You committed the felony. You don't get a take back. You don't get a redo when it's a class 6 felony that carries with it possible jail time. But leave it to a Trump lawyer to make excuses for someone in power. It is just one more case of Republican projection, one more case of Republican disregard for the law, all while attempting to act like they are the party of law and order and Blue Lives Matter and back the blue and, just follow the law. It's all a bit much. Listen, I want to say thank you for joining me this week while I subbed for David. It has been a good time getting to interact with some of you in the comments, and I appreciate you very much. If you would like to stick with me, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jesse Dollemore, or find me on social media. I am at Dollemore, just about everywhere. You can also check out my twice-weekly podcast called I Doubt It, co-hosted by myself and the lovely, talented, and scholarly Brittany Page. We'd love to see you there.
One of our sponsors today is Fume. Fume is on a mission to accelerate humanity's breakup from the bad habits that consume far too many of us, including ones that harm our health. Fume is a natural diffusive device that uses plants and behavioral science to trade out your negative habit for a positive one. Fume is not a vape. It's a non-electronic device designed to transform your negative habits. Instead of pods filled with potentially harmful chemicals like a vape, Fume uses cores infused with plants like peppermint and cinnamon for delicious natural flavors. Fume's new version 2 model is snappy and tactile with an adjustable airflow dial and a magnetic end cap that's fun to fidget with. It's Fume's goal to make switching easy or even enjoyable. They have thousands of 5-star reviews from people just like you who have successfully switched when other solutions didn't work. Head to tryfume.com and use the code PACMAN to get 10% off today when you get the Journey Pack, which comes with 3 unique flavors and the new version 2 Fume. The link is down below.